Katy Perry's Snoop Dogg, California Girls. Ashwin Sanghi is here. We're talking The Vault of Vishnu, his latest novel, the last leg of conversation.
Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
I find it absolutely fascinating that you talk about the art of war, not like Lao Tzu's or Chanakyas, but just when you talk about espionage and the India-China conflict, as you know, whatever happened in Doklam and things like that. One of your characters very clearly says that it's not about the nuclear weapons, it's not about blowing up entire swaths of land, but it's more about the standing army. Yeah. And the other end of the spectrum, I mean, it's not really a spoiler. The chairman and the general in China and their conflicting viewpoints. The chairman feels that a large standing army and just the size is enough. But the general believes that, you've got to create new technology, new methods of warfare and things like that. So just that particular thought, Ashwin Sanghi's Art of War.
No, the question that really arises is that you may have the fastest or the longest range or the most powerful nuclear bombs. But the truth of the matter is that today's warfare techniques are what, in the style of James Hacker, of Yes Minister, is referred to as salami tactics, or the way the Indo-Pakistan nuclear conflict or the Indo-Pakistan conflict is referred to with the concept of death by 1,000 cuts. So the truth of the matter is that conflict tends to be very gradual these days. It tends to be far more localized. And the problem is that a nuclear bomb button will never be an appropriate response. It is always going to be the equivalent of using an AK-47 to kill a fly. And that is where the problem exists, that if you pump too much money into this technology, then you lose the ability to be able to fight the actual war, which requires ultimately feet on the ground.
And it's interesting that you would say this. Perspectives as far as history is concerned. Talk to me about that. Before that, I want to quickly read out a comment. Asim Hatangadi, thank you very much. This is a comment on Instagram. Arguably my favorite Indian author and one of the best Indian authors that exists today. I'm reading The Vault of Vishnu as I type this out and listen to you. How wonderful is that? Thank you very much, Asim. Yeah. So perspectives in history.
No, there is an old sher which says, "Nazar badlo, to nazare badal jate hain, aur soch badlo, to sitare badal jate hain." In other words, you can actually change your reality based upon the way that you think. We've had 70 years in India where our textbooks were dominated by left-wing historians, as a result of which one particular version of history was presented to us. The unfortunate truth is that now the pendulum has swung 180 degrees, where everyone feels that everything that was said in those history books now needs to be revisited. Both are equally wrong. What you need actually is for kids to be able to look at multiple perspectives in history. An event of 1857 is taught as the Great Rebellion of 1857 in our Indian history textbooks. Ask the average English student and he will call it the Sepoy Mutiny of 1857. It's the same event, but the perspectives are different. It's very important that kids must grow up knowing all the perspectives, or at least having been exposed to more than one perspective.
On the 15th at the G5A in Mahalakshmi, Ashwin Sanghi and yours truly are going to be in conversation. We start at 6:30. There's no charge at all. It's absolutely free, but it is first come, first serve. And it's a limited auditorium, G5A, so make sure you get there early. We should start at 6:30, and we promise to try and regale you. Ashwin, all the best. Thank you so much for rolling by.
It's always a pleasure to be with you, Hrishi. Thank you so much.
Messages and back.